Star Wars has some news. Matt Smith is going to be the villain in the new Starfighter movie. Chris Hemsworth clarifies that Thor Legacy video. Weapons still holding at 100% at the box office. And why did Chris Carr's dog bring in cat poop to delay the show? We're going to talk about that and more on the show here today at the potential new time, looking more and more likely. Today's show, it's Kristian Harloff Show, myself and Chris Carr. I'll tell you why Brett's not here in a second. All right, here we go. It's Kristian Harloff Show. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kristian Harloff Show here today on this Wednesday. Joining me on Wednesday, as always, is Chris Carr. Hello, Chris. You're having a day.
Today.
Sorry. There you go. Yes. What happened exactly? Because you're normally, I always say, and you still are, because I know what happened. You are the best when it comes to, hey, normally we like to show up 5 minutes early, get the cameras ready, mics today, and I knew something was up because it was almost time. Like, something's going on. Yeah. And Chris said, what happened?
My dog decided to bring cat poop inside the house. So
where did he?
There is this feral cat that if any of you's following me on Instagram, I've been posting about it because I've been trying to befriend this cat. It's a Siamese cat that for some reason is feral that no one in the neighborhood seems to own. And so I leave out water for it and stuff. And so, it poops in the yard. Of course it does.
Right.
But my older dog, the 15-year-old dog, has decided that cat poop is the greatest delicacy known to him.
Oh.
And not only does he tries to eat it, but because I stop him and say, like, don't do that, he now has taken it upon himself to bring it into my office and hide it under this futon that I sit on. And so as I was setting up, I was like, buddy, what are you going after? And there's just cat poop all under here.
That's about
and so I'm trying to just clean it all out real fast.
Oh, man. Yes.
And he's the good one. He's the good dog.
Oh, that's crazy. I've been talking about this actually all week. And this story makes me even promote it even more. Was that on Saturday night I went to a Netflix screening of that movie Fixed that's coming out. It's Tartakovsky, is that how you pronounce his name? Gendon. And he there's a moment like that. It's an adult animated film, and it's raunchy and raw, and I feel like you're gonna really dig it. You got to get past the first 5-6 minutes. It's like, okay, you're wondering if it's just going to be filthy dog jokes about wanting to bang everything, and then it really shows some heart. So I would recommend it. I'd recommend it.
Okay, it looks like Strays just on like steroids.
Yeah, kind of. All right, so we have a lot of stories here today. Chris, we got to do we might have to do about an hour and a half show today because of some things going on that I've got to take care of. But we talked about it yesterday, and it looks like, once we move into it, our new time will be 9 a.m. PST. It'll be kind of like a morning show for the West Coast peeps, and the East Coast peeps, at least, obviously in the States, will be getting a lunchtime show. So that's what we're going to be moving forward. We're still just figuring it out, but we're doing tests and all those things. So there are some good topics here, and this one is a good one also. Matt Smith, who I forget, Chris, do you watch House of the Dragon?
I do. I love Matt Smith.
Me too. And he was supposed to be in episode 9. He shot scenes from it, and then they cut it. I don't know if it was Palpatine or whatever it was, but he already had a relationship with Star Wars. He just didn't make the cut. Doctor Who, The Crown, House of the Dragon star Matt Smith is finally joining the Star Wars universe. The actor has been set for one of the multiple villain roles and shall only be Star Wars Starfighter film at Lucasfilm, which is currently casting side characters to join leading man Ryan Gosling. Libby is looking to cast a female villain for the film. The role that Oscar-winning Honora actress Mikey Madison had been eyed for, Mia Goth, is also linked to the project. Years ago, Smith was rumored to be joining Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, with the actor said to be playing young Palpatine. Original actor Ian McDiarmid ended up returning as Palpatine. When asked about it, Smith couldn't reveal too much, but did dub it a transformative Star Wars story detail that didn't end up making the film. Shooting on the film will take place this fall, ahead of a May 28th, 2027 release. Smith will be seen later this year in Darren Aronofsky's Caught Stealing. So I think, if you're a Star Wars fan and you're a House of the Dragon fan, you're happy about this news. I think it elevates it for sure. I mean, he's perfect for a villain role. Makes me excited to see what the villain role is going to be. We don't know, and the questions will now start to come. Will he be playing a version of whatever the new Sith character is? Is he going to be a Force wielder? Is he going to be, an Imperialist? Is he going to be a rogue? Is he going to be, it'd probably be something along those lines. It'd probably be something like the alternate of what Ryan Gosling is. He'll probably be the Dick version, like the real Dick version of that. That seems like what it will be. But I don't know. How do you feel about this casting and what his role could ultimately be?
I'm thrilled about this casting. I love Matt Smith. I first kind of stumbled upon him on this British show called Party Animals, where he was this aspiring political analyst, essentially. And when he became the Doctor for Doctor Who, I was stoked. And I had been so bummed that there was this kind of like failure to launch for a little while, where some of his movie choices just weren't hitting. He tried his best in Morbius,
Right.
And so when
he was good in that. The movie was just crap.
Yeah, he showed up for that, and it goes to show you can really do some stuff even when the script is pretty bad. Right. But once he got House of the Dragon, I was just so thrilled for him because he's such a wonderful actor. He's so talented, and I think him in Star Wars just makes sense. He plays delicious villains. He really revels in getting to be evil when he has the opportunity. He was in American Psycho, the musical. So he's played some really wacky out there villains. And I think this is a really, really good fit. I'm excited to see what they do with it, particularly with the kind of female villain in there as well. Is this a double-handed act? Do we have Empire and Sith, like you mentioned? I'm pumped about it. He's on a real big rise right now, too, because he's got that movie coming out with Austin Butler that looks killer as well.
It's caught stealing, yeah. So I think that it's going to... Yeah, there's another report that it seemed like, Jeff Snyder kind of debunked. He's with a kind of cryptic, just nope. But the report was along the lines of that Star Wars plan was to kind of set up this new universe with this, and then leading into more Rey movies, leading into, more characters kind of coming back. And even though, Jeff says, no, that's not the plan, I think that potentially could make sense in how they're doing that. It could make sense, because if they set this up, you would assume that Sean Levy's going to set up some stuff, because it is in that era where it's like I think they said 5 years or something after. Maybe longer. I mean, they could,
something like that.
They could make
there were those reports of them focusing on single stories as well. Yeah. But I feel like with Star Wars, you do always have this kind of connective tissue through everything anyway, of what's happening within the galaxy, who the power players are and everything. So I think he'd have to establish a few things to move forward.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to, especially if now there's reports that Rey movie is going to happen, which, I don't know. You would assume that Daisy Ridley's going to show up in a post-credit scene or something in this movie. Something. She's going to show up, because where is she? In the same way that I said, like when it came to Mandalorian season 2, I'm like, the only one that makes sense that would find this kid is Luke. He's the most powerful Jedi. It's got to be Luke, and it was Luke, because that made the most sense. It makes sense if she's out there, and if there is Force elements, it could be a separate story all together. It has nothing to do with what Rey is doing, nowhere near her Jedi Academy, none of that. But it would behoove them to set up it a little bit to go, oh, that's what's going on over there. Show me that story. Yeah. Just a tease. And then that makes us care a little bit more about what the hell's going on. Because if they do that, I don't know. I would rather them just make this, whatever Starfighter, his pilot and his apprentice are going through this kind of Star Wars adventure, and you don't have to necessarily have the Force and those other things inside of it, but they shouldn't ignore the history.
I agree.
Yeah. So I ask you guys, what do you think about this? What do you think about Matt Smith coming in to play a villain? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. All right, Chris Carr, today we have Mike Kalinowski and Roxy to contend with, who hit 123 yesterday, beating Roka's 113. So they're at 123. So we got to do 123. Currently at 5, but we just started. So let's get into it. And people are going to start getting used to the new time also. That's the other thing. That's very true. So they got to start getting used to the new time. But there's more news, and I'm going to get to that. Brett was supposed to be on the show today. Brett did a lot of stuff here at my place. And so the announcement I can make with Brett is two things. One, I'm going to show you his promo for his new episode he's got coming out. But the other thing for Brett, he and I spoke about this today. I think that one of the things that Brett really shines when he's able to talk about life and goofy stuff and all that. And you know, people always say his movie opinions, the guy is working all the damn time, doesn't get to see movies and stuff. I had him on because he's one of my best friends, and he's really he's hilarious.
He's so funny.
When we started this channel, we had a show called The Goofballs, where we would really talk about anything. It wasn't really movie related. We just talk about everything. We're going to bring that show back. We're going to bring it back. It's going to be pre-taped. It's not going to be live. So we're just going to air it. People watch it. Great. They don't. Okay. It's one of those things. We're not going to be chasing the algorithm for it. It's just Brett and I are going to be able to talk about, like, our first episode is what to do, what not to do, and starting a YouTube channel. The other one is going to be like home improvement stuff, having problems with the TSA, having learning about marriage from our points of view, still years later, dealing with all these things. So there's going to be some goofy stuff happening for sure. And we are excited to bring it back. But Brett
That's awesome.
has a new episode 9 on his channel. Check this out.
All right, folks. Today's Final Vinyl, we got a fun one, and I'm sure you can guess why I bought this album. It's the Shirts. I mean, it's their name of their band is the Shirts. Come on. How do you not purchase this without even knowing any of their songs? The Shirts, people. Is that not as funny to you as it is to me? Or the Shirts playing a guitar too. Can you believe it? Shirts don't play guitars by themselves, but these Shirts play music. So let's go check it out.
Nice. Brett Sheridan, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. It's the Brett Sheridan channel, but it's also Final Vinyl. And I've been trying to talk to him also about doing some stuff with home improvement stuff, because he came in, he did so much, and he was able to really help out when he was here. It was a bummer I couldn't get him in studio. But nonetheless, Brett is doing some really fun stuff. And so are we, Chris Carr. Let's talk about the two big releases. I talked about them yesterday on the show, and we'll talk about it now. Weapons box office looks like it's going to beat Freakier Friday, which doesn't surprise me. Not for any reason except like I said, I feel like horror movies, original horror thriller movies, still have legs in the box office, where movies like Freakier Friday seem to really pop on their streaming services. That's my opinion. New Line's Weapons and Disney's Freakier Friday are set to face off at the box office this weekend, and initial projections suggested a gap with the Disney film on top. The gap has now closed. Deadline reports that both films are tracking for a too close to call win. All right, for the top spot, which each film expected to earn over $30 million in their debut. Good for Freakier Friday then. I'm eating my own words. Superb critical reviews, effective trailers, and high pre-sales all indicate that Weapons will overtake 28 days later as the biggest horror film opening of the summer. The trade indicates projections from some having come closer to a $40 million debut. Weapons has several advantages, has all the IMAX screenings and many PLFs, while interest tracking is big across all demographics, whereas Freakier Friday is skewing high among females only, which I don't think they're going to be surprised about. The Disney films reviews, while mostly good, aren't anywhere near the height of Weapons and are slightly down on 2004's Freaky Friday. On the flip side, it is expected to be big business with family audiences and teens. Both are expected to push Marvel's Fantastic Four to third. Ouch. Okay. I really liked both of these movies. I'll say I really loved Weapons.
Okay.
I thought that Freakier Friday knew the assignment, was definitely going towards their target audience, hoping to get their target audience and their target audience's children into the theater to build off that nostalgia and go and see that and have some fun. And it feels like a streaming movie to me, a very highly produced streaming movie.
That's what I was wondering.
Yes, it feels like a streaming movie. But that being said, with those projections, if I'm Disney and I'm projecting even getting close to the #1 spot, I'm happy right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Are you interested in Freakier Friday? Because I know weapons. I'll tell you, I think that you'd be able to handle weapons.
Really?
Yes. It's
okay.
The way that there is an extremely violent scene and it's fairly graphic. But it really is more like to me, this guy is playing like a R-rated Shyamalan. These like Barbarian. To me, Barbarian is a little creepier. There's creepy stuff going on in this movie, and it's bizarre and it's wacky. I enjoyed this one better than Barbarian, and I really enjoyed Barbarian. I just, like I said this yesterday on the show, I just feel like this guy really, Zach Cretton, I really think he loves making movies, and you can tell because you're pretty locked into this story. Do you know what the story is even about?
No, because the trailers I've loved actually in that I really don't know anything aside from there's some real creepy nonsense going on and somebody stabs themselves in the face with a fork.
Oh, they showed that. Okay. So that's and so what happens is this story excuse me, is that these kids just randomly go missing. And there's like 17 of them or something along the lines of that. And there's only one kid that hasn't gone missing. And it all happened in Julia Garner. Not Julia Garner. What's her name? Julia. What's her name? Oh my God, help me. The Silver Surfer.
Who's in this cast? Isn't it Julia Gardner?
Is that Gardner? I said Garner. Gardner, yeah. So she is she's a teacher. So she is basically, hey, what happened to the kids? And then you got to try to figure out what happened to the kids. But they set it up in like different stories. In each character has different stories. You'd be like, okay, let's focus on this character. Then we're going to focus on this character. Then we're going to focus on this character. Then on this character. And then it all comes together. And you're like, okay, is it all going to come together? And the answer is resounding yes, it does. So, and by the end of it, even if you're creeped out by it, I think you're just like, no, I like the way he tells stories. I like the way he. So I would be curious to hear what you mean there. Like I said, is it what is it about is it the violence that gets you, or is it just like being really creeped out and scared?
It's typically the violence. The creeped out and scared I can usually deal with. Like psychological stuff I can usually handle. And Logan's usually my canary in the coal mine of he'll go see something first and then do you can't see this. And then we'll watch it on streaming sometimes. But
there's two scenes that you probably
Josh Brolin doing promos for it creeped me out. Just seeing the red carpet where he was posing with like that creepy child behind him. Horror movies with kids also freak me the fuck out. Like,
but the kids aren't. I'm with you on that, but the kids aren't really. There's two. If it's the violence, there are two scenes in particular. If I was there watching with you, I'd say you probably want to look away for like 30 seconds to a minute here.
It's a weird thing too, where like stylized hyper violence, like The Boys, I typically can handle pretty well because it's so over the top, right? Or like Quentin Tarantino stuff because it's not even like it's Tarantino color blood, where it doesn't feel real. It's like slasher stuff that really messes me up, and body horror.
Yeah, this isn't a slasher. These two scenes, but it's graphic. It's very graphic. And I'm like, do we need to do that? And I was like, I kind of understand why he did. I've become a massive fan of this guy. I think he's an incredible director. I think he's an incredible storyteller. So it's one of, I would say that as the days have sat with me, it's probably one of my favorites of the year so far. For sure. And then Freakier Friday, it was exactly what I thought it would be. And I was like, okay, do Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan still have chemistry? They do. How are the new kids? They're fun. And I will tell you that Julia Butters, I think, is going to be a huge star. Like when she's like what, 15, 16 years old. I think that when you and I are older, she's going to be like the big thing. I think she's got that. Great. She was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Wasn't she in The Fabelmans too?
Was she? She might have been.
I think she's one of the kids for a second, yeah.
She stands out in that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You're like, who's that kid? How did that kid just beat Leonardo DiCaprio in acting? And now when she stood out,
when she wasn't allowed to see that movie,
that's hilarious.
Her parents were like, "You can be in it, but you can't watch it."
Good for them. Good parenting.
Yeah.
So either way, box office this week, it looks like I'm going to say Weapons, then I'm going to say Freakier Friday, and then Fantastic Four coming in third with another major drop. Not the best news for Marvel here, but it is what it is. Okay, so put your thoughts in there, guys. You're going to see Weapons. You're going to see Fantastic Four. You're going to see Freakier Friday. Let us know. All right, we got more stories, and then we'll get to your questions. But before we do that, I'll tell you about Trade Coffee. I'm going to tell you about Factor. There you go. Let's start to rave about Trade Coffee. You know how much I love Trade Coffee. So cold brew, you drink it year round, and the problem is you rely on grocery store concentrate on $6 cafe runs, mostly out of what, to me, I always thought it was convenience. But when Trade came, come on. Cold brew at home, it's easy, and it tastes way better, and it costs less than buying out. Doesn't matter if it's summer travel, weddings, weekends. My routine, I've talked about it. It's all over the place. But my cold brew ritual, that is the only thing that I won't skip. Thanks to Trade. They have the cold brew beans. They're smooth. They're easy to prep, whether you're brewing ahead for the week, filling my tumbler to take on the road. I can skip deliveries when I'm away. Trade is the #1 coffee destination for the U.S., both hot and cold coffee drinkers. They've sourced the best beans from the top roasters around the U.S., and now they have a special cold brew collection. I mean, come on. Plus, they've teamed up with 15 roasters to create a special cold brew bean collection that ensures your cold brew at home tastes exactly how it should. It's smooth and it's delicious. Love it. When they said they were doing this, it's like, oh, please and thank you. I already love you guys. Now I love you even more. So they sent this bag that I've been doing, and my buddy was in town. I said, hey, I got cold brew. Check it out. Brett, you know Brett. Brett loves it. Limited time. Trade is going to give you 50% off a month of cold brew. 50% off. That's around 60 cups of cold brew for 50% off. But you have to go to drinktrade.com/Christian. That is drinktrade.com/Christian. You get 50% off 1 month of cold brew. drinktrade.com/Christian. The other day someone asked me, how do you still eat well if you're really busy and you don't have the time? Yeah, I'm telling you, you got a busy schedule. You got all the summer plans going on. What do you have at best? A couple of minutes? Factor really has helped me eat smarter. It's got the tasty chef prep meals. They're dietitian approved, delivered right to my door. And now the best part is they have more than 65 weekly meals. It's made for how I live right now, what I like to eat. I've gotten more ways to get fit with a real meal wherever the day takes me, and they really zone it to what your preferences are. There's more variety. There's more meals. You can choose for a wider selection of weekly meal options, including premium seafood choices, salmon, shrimp. Salmon's delicious at no extra cost. Shrimp's great too, by the way. I just love the salmon. You can savor global flavors. So for the first time, you can try the Asian-inspired meals with bold flavors influenced by China, Thailand, and more. From more choices to better nutrition, that's why 97% of customers say that Factor helped them live a healthier life. You can feel the difference no matter your routine. I've been doing it. You should do it too. I'm telling you, I love Factor. I've talked about it the other day. Someone asked me about it. I was raving about it. We didn't even have a spot on the show. And I was talking about how much I love Factor. So you can eat smart at factormeals.com/Christian50 off, but use that code Christian50 off. Get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That is the code Christian50 off at factormeals.com for 50% off plus free shipping. Get delicious, ready to eat meals delivered with Factor. Thank you to both Factor and Trade Coffee. As I've mentioned to you guys many times over, if you want to help out the show, you want to support the show, the way you do that is you get yourself some Trade Coffee, you get yourself some Factor. Links are in the description. Should be the first thing you see in the description. All right, Chris, are you a Michael Mann Heat fan?
I've actually never seen Heat.
Wow, that might be one that if I can get this virtual thing going, then that will be one that you're going to watch for sure.
Yeah.
Because
I would love that.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I absolutely love that movie. And so there's talks have been heating up from Heat. And this is from Screen Rant. And let's see what we got here from Screen Rant. And it says right now that buy tickets for the Mets. Okay. So Heat's too expensive budget is causing setbacks. Now Leonardo DiCaprio is in talks to star in the sequel. Heat 2's expensive budget reportedly caused a setback. And on top of that, Leonardo DiCaprio is now in talks to star in the sequel. written and directed by Michael Mann. The 1995 crime drama follows a game of cat and mouse between Vincent Hanna, Al Pacino, and career criminal Neil McCauley. I had coffee with McCauley half an hour ago, played by Robert De Niro. Widely considered one of the greatest and most influential films of its genre, Heat 2 was announced to be in development in 2022 based on the best-selling prequel-sequel novel of the same name that Mann co-authored, with Adam Driver in talks to play young Neil McCauley. While Mann has made much progress penning the screenplay, the sequel has yet to start shooting. According to Puck's What I'm Hearing newsletter by Matthew Bologna, Heat's too expensive budget has reportedly caused a setback with Warner Brothers. The studio is interested in producing the movie, but Mann's original budget exceeded $200 million. That's crazy. And since he's reduced it to around 170, it's still more than the studio is willing to spend. I got to tell you, I don't blame them. In an unexpected development, Leonardo DiCaprio has reportedly spoken with Mann about potentially starring, and if he commits, he could be the key to getting the project greenlit. What this now means for Heat 2. Despite entering development in 2022, Heat 2 has yet to start shooting, as Mann is currently engaged in a tense budget battle with Warner Brothers. The original movie was made on a $60 million budget, grossed more than $187 at the box office in 95, with adjusted inflation, it's closer to $400 million today. However, Michael Mann's most recent movies haven't performed well at the box office. Black Hat, bombing, and Ferrari, grossing only $43 million against its $95 million budget. Warner Brothers is open to co-financing Heat 2 with another studio or streaming platform, and Mann's team has reportedly shared the script with Apple. I was just going to say, go to Apple for a possible collaboration. Now, their take on DiCaprio. DiCaprio is just the latest big name that's reportedly been linked to Heat 2, in addition to driver discussions for a young Neil McCauley. Adding casting rumors suggest Pacino might reprise his role as Vincent Hanna, while Austin Butler has been linked to Chris, the role played by Val Kilmer. That makes sense. Anna de Armas has also been linked to the character of Elisa, a young Neil's girlfriend. Meanwhile, Jeremy Allen White and Channing Tatum are also reportedly vying for parts in the film. It's unclear who some of these actors will be playing, but many of them commit Heat 2's cast could be just as great as the original movie. Okay, so as I said, Heat 2 is my favorite Michael Mann movie. It's one of my favorite movies. It might be one of my favorite. It'd be hard for me to say, if someone said, what's your favorite Al Pacino movie? What's your favorite De Niro movie? Most people pick Godfather, Godfather 2, whatever it might be. I don't know if I couldn't put Heat up there. It's one of those movies for me that anytime someone asked the other day, is it a movie that is on television and you just see it? That's the one. I quote it all the damn time. Some of the best Pacino lines, like in the movie, his one-liners and things he's got going on in there. And the novel, I have the novel. I haven't read it because I didn't want to get teased, but I'm more and more getting so excited for it that I might dig it up and read it. I feel Warner Brothers on this one. It's like, why do you need $170 to $200 million to do this movie? It's like, unless you're doing it with Apple. If you're doing it with Apple, go the route of F1. Okay, fine. If you want to make 300, 400 million or whatever it might be, and you can get streaming numbers on Apple, and you'll be fine selling it on Apple, and that'll get you more product placement and whatever you have to do there. Put it on Apple, but you got to get Apple. Otherwise, you make this movie for $120 million and you call it a day. How do you feel?
I think so. I feel like, so it sounds like the reason why this would cost so much is because of the star power. And I haven't seen Heat, and I know it is a legacy film, right? And I think this is the scene, because when Val Kilmer passed, Logan showed me this scene where it was just Val Kilmer looking at Ashley Judd. Is that this movie? Yes. And it's this beautiful acting moment, right, where nothing is said, and it's so good. And so this feels like something too that, as an actor, you would want to be in something of this caliber. You would want to be part of Heat and have that on your resume and have those bragging rights of being in this kind of story. So yeah, I think you lower that budget so you have the opportunity to make some more money on this. And like you said, if you want somebody to back up that money dump truck, it's got to be somebody like Apple. And then you have a whole other set of parameters you have to deal with. But I do like Michael Mann films. Collateral's really great. I've seen that. It is.
But they're in that Screen Rant's also right. You know, he hasn't had that one in quite a bit. But maybe that's why he's going back to Heat, because he knows the world so well. As far as Leonardo DiCaprio goes, my question is, like, who's he going to play? Is he going to play, if is Driver still in talks to play young De Niro? I like Adam Driver, and I actually think that Adam Driver is a really great actor and can get how cool and calculated Neil McCauley is, because he really is. And you got to see that younger version of him really start to put that together. And this has nothing to do with it. This is a me thing. I think De Niro is like 5'8", 5'9". Adam Driver is 6'5". Does that have anything to do with anything? Could you get past it? Of course you can. But can I? No, for now. And then I will be able to once the movie starts. But I would, if it was a choice between DiCaprio playing that role and Driver, and not just for the height reasons, I would take DiCaprio. I think DiCaprio playing that De Niro role as Neil McCauley would be very interesting. And then you can get someone to play the Vincent Hanna side of it, but I don't think they don't cross paths so in the younger version. I don't know what because I think with the way that they're doing it, because if Pacino's going to come back, they're going to have Pacino, older Vincent Hanna. So the question is, how are they going to do it? Where it's like, okay, we're going to see all the younger stuff first, then we're going to go with what Vincent Hanna is doing now, and move forward that way, and kind of piece it together. But the other thing is, you got to do it soon too, because how long does Pacino want to keep acting? Was he 83? 84?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
This is also a stupid reason. I can see, and I don't know if he makes this noise ever. But when I think of Pacino, I think of those like wahoos and everything. And I feel like Adam Driver would do those better. Yeah.
He can't play. Adam Driver can't play Vincent Hanna. Vincent Hanna is 5'5" at best. Al Pacino he could carry Vincent Hanna on his shoulders. Yeah, and that I'll look, 6'2", 6'3", whatever he is, playing a 5'9" guy. Okay, playing a 5'5" guy. That was the whole point. Like, there's a moment where Pacino comes running in and he's got a shoulder block Henry Rollins, and even that you're like, I don't know. Like, I feel like you just bounce off of Henry Rollins and hit the wall. But it was the intensity of Pacino. I'm like, I'll take it. So yeah, I think Pacino's going to stick. I think there was a rumor, at least that Timothy Chalamet was eyeing the Vincent Hanna role. They didn't mention in that article, but I don't know. I'm very curious to see in general how they make this work. I really hope they do make it work, and I hope Apple gets on board.
How old is the character? Because Chalamet still reads so young to me. Like, he still reads like teenage to me. Is that how young they're going?
Teenage? I mean, you think he was teenage? I know you didn't like it, but he wasn't teenage in Dune.
He still reads like boyish to me. I don't know. He still reads like under 21. I don't feel like he can rent a car.
Sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess you're not wrong, because they are both the characters are similar in age, but I don't know if they enter. Okay. I can't imagine that they intersect. Yeah, they don't. They can't meet in the younger story. You're probably going to see younger Hannah, younger Macaulay. They can't interact because the first time, because he doesn't even know who he is in the original movie, he doesn't know who he is, and it's like the iconic scene with De Niro and Pacino at that diner. That's the first time they were ever on camera together, ever, and doing a scene. Was that scene? It's like it is just So
I need to see that. I need to watch that movie.
Yeah, so I want to see how they're gonna I'm gonna find out very soon about these virtual things. Luke's been trying to get me on a call to go over it, but if we can, that will be one of the first ones, if not the first one that it's long though. It's 3 hours.
That's fine. I got time.
But it's a great 3 hours.
Awesome.
All right. So what do you guys make of Heat 2? Here's a question for you. Would you guys go and see this in the theater when it comes out, or would you wait for it on streaming, or would you rather it be on an Apple or something along those lines, Netflix, to just debut anything? No, this is a streaming movie these days. I don't know if I need to see Heat 2 in the theater. I'm very curious of what you guys think about. But also put your thoughts in the live stream when we replay it, and on the Clips channel. Lots of stuff going on in that Clips channel. We're approaching 13,000 subscribers. We hope that you guys will join it as well. There's another story that I wanted to go over here, and that is Chris Hemsworth had talked recently. It's had this Legacy video, and people were like, oh, I guess his time is done playing Thor. He's not going to do it anymore. He's just going to do it in Avengers, and that's it. Well, he clarified what that meant. And so Chris Hemsworth, talking about that Thor Legacy video. Here is said article from Dark Horizons. Hemsworth clarifies that Thor Legacy video. Not long ago, Chris Hemsworth released a YouTube video titled "Thank You, the Legacy of Thor," a 2-minute clip looking back at the actor's time as the character. From the title and the tone of the clip, many took this as the video was suggesting Hemsworth's time with the character was up, His appearance in the upcoming Avengers Doomsday would be his last. If so, it wouldn't be entirely a shock. The actor is one of the few original Avengers still playing his role, and he can't keep it up forever. The poor reception to Thor, Love, and Thunder also seemed to scuttle any further plans for that solo franchise. The clip caused such a stir that some even accused the actor of spoiling a major Doomsday secret, while others quickly began to come up with story theories. In a new interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Hemsworth clarifies the remarks and said the clip was misinterpreted, with he and his publicity team realizing their mistake too late. He said, I had a few people ask me about it, and someone on my team said, we've given the wrong impression here. We didn't do any damage control. There was no damage control necessary, but a lot was read into a little. I was ready off starting another chapter of this character, and this journey has been the biggest part of my career. So the video was a moment of gratitude, and it wasn't anything else, but it definitely got misconstrued and perceived in a different way. Hemsworth also touched upon another notable action franchise, Netflix Extraction film. The actor has played Black Ops mercenary Tyler Rake twice now and is keen to take on the part again. He said, Rake is getting restless. We, the creative team, are putting together some different ideas and creative ventures of where we could take the whole place and the third film. But the intention is to certainly make another one. I don't know exactly when, but yeah, it'll be coming. Hemsworth is currently out promoting the second season of his Disney Plus series Limitless, and revealed he was originally going to attempt to surf a 40-foot wave, but the risk assessors wouldn't approve it. Instead, he ended up climbing a 200-meter damn wall. It's pretty crazy, too.
Yeah.
All right, let's start with the Thor comments. He said he wasn't doing damage control. You know what I think this was? Damage control. I think that he absolutely 100% is probably going to crap out in this movie. And they said, thank you for everything. It's been great ride. And they go, hey, so you get the phone call from the Russos, gets a phone call from Feige. We appreciate it, but you kind of just let the cat out of the bag that it's over. Let them think you're doing a new Thor movie. And he's like, oops. I think that's exactly what happened. And if he did, who cares?
Yeah, the video kind of feels like an in memoriam before someone's dead. And it's just a little odd, the timing of it and everything, especially with that kind of PR spin he's doing too of, oh, no, it's just because Thor's entering a new chapter. Is the new chapter that Thor dies or goes away? Because that's what this feels like. It doesn't feel like Thor's legacy shall continue on, especially because, as the article points out, Love and Thunder was not particularly well received. He is kind of the last Avenger, really, amongst everybody. And I don't know if Chris Hemsworth wants to keep doing these movies forever. They're very, very physically grueling. He's got other properties. He's got these other franchises to get into too. So it definitely felt like, oh, no, this is a movie that is my farewell and a thank you to all of you. I just didn't time it right. And now I've got to kind of pick up those pieces.
Agreed. Absolutely. I think that it's one of those things where, hey, and they said it in the article, how long are you going to play this character? How long are you going to play the character for? It's like, okay, I get it. You've been playing him for a very long time, and now it's time to move on. Everybody else has moved on, and it's these last two Avenger movies, and you're going to get out with the way things are going with Marvel right now. It's probably a good time to do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. The bummer that's where we're at, but that's where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hopefully they get on an upward swing. I mean, Fantastic Four at least made me excited about what's to come.
It did, but the problem is that they didn't. The problem is that they didn't have a good box office return.
Yeah,
it's like the drop was.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad.
And now it's going to be dropping to number 3 now, and it's like, oh, hopefully the Superman kind of fizzling out, they could make a move, but it's over right now. So, and it's right after we're done here today. I'm going to be rewatching. Sam will be watching for the first time. We're doing Captain America: Brave New World and Thunderbolts back to back. So like I'm looking forward to watching both of those again to see if my opinion has changed on either. And I'm also going to make probably because right now I have Fantastic Four over Thunderbolts, but that could change after today because I loved Thunderbolts. I really did. I thought Thunderbolts was great. And it was a little recency bias with Fantastic Four, but and I'm curious to see how this is how it's gonna play. I'm curious. Yeah. Anyway, guys, what do you think about the comments that Chris Hemsworth made? Do you think he's gonna come back to do another Thor after it, or is this the last hurrah? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know what you're thinking, man. Okay, we got some other stories. We got one more story that I really want to dive into, and then we can get into the questions. I know that you aren't a. I know is Alien. You didn't see. You haven't seen Aliens, but you saw Aliens.
Seen Aliens. I've seen Alien and Prometheus.
It's another one we got to do. It's Aliens.
Yeah,
maybe a good one for you to do also. Okay, so let's do this then. Alien Earth, which is that new TV show, I think, right?
Yeah, the Timothy Oliphant one.
That's right. The Alien Earth reviews, they are in. What people are saying, reviews are now in for the new 8-episode Alien Earth series, and the result is quite high. Some of the better reviews of the year. 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, 19 counted, and it's 84 out of 100 on Metacritic. The latter score is on par with the first season of HBO's Last of Us and Peacock's Poker Face, as well as the second season of Slow Horses. It's also 1 point ahead of the first season of Severance and 1 point behind Shogun. Wow. Sampling of reviews. See if there's anybody in there that I know. Not necessarily, but that doesn't mean anything. Devoted fans' dream come true, staying faithful to the franchise lore while expanding it in horrifically inventive ways. A heady, sprawling, occasionally unwieldy, but eventually thrilling epic about personal hubris and, of course, the primal pleasure of watching people get absolutely rocked by space monsters. Let's see. Try this one. The series begins when the mysterious deep space research vessel USCSS Magnat crash lands on Earth. Wendy and a ragtag group of tactical soldiers are members of the crash recovery crew survivors of the wreckage. They discover mysterious predatory life forms more terrifying than they could have ever imagined. So again, if you're FX, you're happy about this. Yeah. So I'm pretty excited.
I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I think that, and again, I didn't realize Oliphant was in it, but that's pretty good. I don't know yet which one I'm going to do. I know because some of these shows I'm going to just watch and react on my own, and I think I'm definitely going to do probably Wednesday season 2, which I think just dropped. And then I'm going to do. I was thinking about doing this Alien thing. I just don't know if people will check it out, but we'll try it. We'll try a few episodes and see. But I'm curious to watch it.
I think it's going to be cool. I'm interested to see how they're expanding the Alien universe with this.
Yeah.
Because a while ago too, I had a contact over at Disney, and there was a lot of stuff that was happening with the Alien franchise, and so I'm pretty pumped to see where this landed, because there was a lot of like, should this be another movie? Should this be a TV show? What are we doing with this? And I'm hoping that this being a TV show allows us to really explore this world and learn more about the xenomorphs and everything. I want to get some really cool stuff that adds to the lore, because from the 2 movies I've seen, I'm excited.
Yeah. Do you see Romulus? I'm sorry.
No, we talked about this.
We did.
Where you thought I'd be able to handle it, and one of my friends was like, "There's some body horror, buddy. I don't know if you will. I should stream it though, because if it scares me, I can turn it off and take a lap."
Yeah. Now that you said what you said when I asked you about weapons, there. I mean, there's certainly. It's just that the story itself is intriguing, but I think it's the same thing I told you, like weapons. Probably a couple of times you're gonna have to go like this.
Yeah.
When's it over? It's like for me, I feel this is the way that I am with these things. If you're engaged in the story and you care about the characters, you might be able to be okay. It's just not gratuitous for me, because I'm with you. I've never really been a big slasher person, or the people who are just kind of racking up the bodies just for the kills alone and those things. Like, but these types of movies where they're kind of creepy, scary, get you on the edge of your seat, and there happens to be some gratuitous violence with it, I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
but not everybody is. What do you guys make of this new Alien show? You going to see it? Check it out. Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. All right, Chris, we're going to get to these comments. Currently, right now, we got a struggle. We got a struggle.
12. That's okay.
We got 12.
I got the nicest comment last week, though, of someone just saying, like, "Hey, I hope that you're not discouraged by this. You'll get your win eventually." Like, this community is so nice. I'm just happy to be here.
100%. That's all we need.
Yeah.
And like I said, once we start the new time and people know that we're at 9 a.m., people start coming in more and when you get that first victory, it's gonna be so sweet.
I'm excited about it.
But we have a new member here today, and that's Mike B. Thank you, Mike B. I love that, because there's a lot of great new things going on the channel. Appreciate you becoming a member. Prizzy. I wrote in months ago about Daker Montgomery fizzling out. Well, since then, he's done 2 psych dramas, a Gus Van Sant film, is directing a feature, and may join Star Wars. I've got proof, but won't share yet. A true dark horse. You got proof that he's going to be in Star Wars? That's interesting. Yeah, he's
Oh,
in a new movie coming out. Maybe that's the Van Zant movie. But like, I've interviewed him. I interviewed him when I was a Fandango. I actually played a skeet ball against him. I beat him. I beat everybody that year, but I beat him. Beat him and Justin Timberlake, but I beat him. But he was really into skee ball. He was a really good guy. He came in to do the Schmodown. Also, we had him come in for Schmodown for the Power Rangers thing. And I root for him because I think he's really talented, and I think he should be doing some more stuff. And he's doing some movie that a friend of mine, a publicist, is handling the movie. I said, "Hey, you can get Daker. Let's do it." And we're trying to make it work. Whether it does or not, who the hell knows? But I didn't hear anything about the Star Wars thing. Do you like Daker Montgomery?
I love him. I remember when his Stranger Things audition went viral. Oh,
okay.
He's so good. And I liked that Power Rangers movie. It was way more fun
I
than
did too.
I think people give it credit for.
Yes. Underrated. It's an underrated movie. Yeah. Tom Hanks, Naked Gun was awesome. Glad of comedies in theaters. Me too.
Hell yeah.
Did you see it
Oh
yet?
my God. Yes. Oh, I was crying. I was laughing so hard. My stomach
So
hurt.
good.
It was great. I loved it. And yeah, it's so good to see a comedy in theaters and not on streaming. I love that we have that accessibility, but man, I love being in a room full of other people laughing at all the same weird, dumb stuff.
It made me feel good. But you know what else made me feel good? Last night I said to my teenager is a teenager, pain in the ass. And so I say to her, I go, let's watch a movie. She's like, I don't watch a movie. I'm writing. Fine. So she comes walking in. She's like, all right, let's watch a movie, but I want to make popcorn. I go, fine, make popcorn. And so she makes popcorn, and we were going to start watching Sixth Sense. And then I go, she's never seen it. And I go, she's like, this won't be scary. And I'm like, no, this is the movie you want to watch right before bed. I think you can handle it, but I don't know if right before bed you want to watch it. I don't know why, but I go, well, The Naked Gun. I mean, you like the Airplane? She's like, it's like Airplane. I go, it's a goofy movie like that. She's like, I think I'm in the mood to laugh. And I go, okay. So we start watching the original Naked Gun. She was cracking up from the beginning. She's cracking up when we're watching, like even with the credits, when the freaking police car is running around chasing people around their apartments and stuff too. She eventually, she got tired and wanted to go sleep. We didn't finish it, but she was laughing really hard. And like, it's so wonderfully stupid. Like when Leslie Nielsen gets out of the car and the airbag hits him in the face, and then it's still the car's still going, and he starts shooting at his own car and blows it up. And he's like, anybody get the license plate? Anybody see the driver? It's so stupid. I love that movie so much. And this one really followed the legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah. All right. Boom or bust. 1 out of 2. I think one of the challenges in Hollywood is there's no longer a singular zeitgeist. Celebrity doesn't mean what it used to. Media used to be the funnel for popularity. Now the internet allows any and everything to be popular at the same time. Hard to gauge what will pop. Go, Chris. I don't know if truer words have ever been spoken.
Yeah, that's so accurate.
Accurate.
I mean, what even is celebrity nowadays too? Because now we have even more than ever this weird access to everybody.
Yeah.
And everything they're doing and every project all at once, like they brought out here. I mean, the parasocial relationships we have with everyone now are so crazy. So then how do you feel about a movie star? They used to feel like larger than life and ethereal.
I think that's why the Oscars took the big dip, because the Oscars and those award shows back in the day, that's where you saw the gathering of celebrities. Now you want to see gathering of celebrities, go to Instagram, go to Twitter. I want to see, you get to see so-and-so in talking to someone on the red carpet. Well, you can see them making eggs on their thing. You can see more of you get to know them. They're no longer like you said, this like royal figure. You see them as people. You see them, they're tweeting out stuff. They're getting themselves in trouble. They're doing it. There's so much access to it that definitely hurt the aura of the movie star and popularity. I couldn't agree more with Boomer Bust for sure. Cinema fan 324. Can't wait for Chris to see Weapons. I mean,
maybe I will, but I don't know.
Out of the two, if I was going to say see Barbarian or Weapons for you, I would say Weapons. I think Barbarian is way more creepier and scary.
Yeah. Taylor walked me through everything that happened in Barbarian, and I was just like, absolutely not.
Yeah, I feel like in Barbarian's pretty like. There were a couple times like Tina and I just watched it, and I froze like this. I couldn't believe what was happening. I was like, "What?" And it was nuts. But yeah, there's a lot of creepy shit going on in Weapons. A lot of creepy shit going on. But it just, I don't know. It seemed like, again, hey, low budget director for Barbarian, impress us. And he's like, all right, hold my beer. Check this out. Like, okay, well, we'll give you a bigger cast this time around and more money to do something. What are you gonna do now? He's like, hold my beer. Watch this. And now what are you gonna do? Well, now give me Resident Evil. Okay. So he's another one. He's gonna be like an event director really soon.
That's great.
Yeah. Harv's X. The 9 a.m. West Coast starting time works great for me now because I can be here live and I can support Chris. Hey, Chris. There you go.
Hi, Harv's K. Thank you.
Audience is already supporting. We're almost at 19. We're at 19. We're almost at 20. Look at that. And now, Vicious Soldier. First time caller, long time listener. Thank you so much. Chris Carr, have you watched Demon Slayer? And will you be seeing it in theaters in September?
My dude, okay, I just started, I got into Demon Slayer this year on my podcast, Two Filthy Casuals. Somebody actually talked to us about Demon Slayer, and it got me so invested that I became obsessed with this show. I was devastated when the Hashira training arc stopped and I had nothing else to watch. So I'm so excited to see this in movie theaters. I think it's going to be so fun. And that comes out in September. Yeah, September.
Soon.
It's going to be cool.
Yeah, real soon.
The art in that show is beautiful.
I love that. Nerds Engaged became a YouTube member. Thank you, Nerds Engaged. I'm excited for you to be part of the community again. Love that. Okay, so we're at 20, and we're getting new members signing up here left and right. Yay. I love that. We get a lot of great stuff. And Geek Lodestars follows it up and says, Chris, a couple of weeks ago, you guys were talking about Legend of Zelda. What is your favorite Legend of Zelda game? Mine personally is Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker. Excuse me.
Ocarina of Time is the first Zelda game I played on the N64. So I have a very big soft spot for that. I have a lot of nostalgia around that game. But man, Breath of the Wild, that was just incredible. I love that one.
That's the one my daughter played. Armada, excited for Alien Earth. Also, will King George the dog be on the pilot TV show? Hope Chris has seen those videos. Who's King George the dog?
Who's King George the dog?
Oh, King George, that's the one that I don't have the video of it anymore. No, he won't be on my pilot TV show. But who's King George? I raved about the damn dog forever. He's the one that was that did that. Did you see that video where there was like this huge thing of dogs and like whoever they're watching? I don't know. It's a sanctuary for dogs, and these huge dogs. Well, this one dog starts fighting, and then I know this Benji looking dog comes out of nowhere, and as he's walking by, big dogs around kneel down. And then he just walks over to this other dog who's fighting, puts his paw down and goes, pretty much stop this, and puts him down, and just dog goes like this. It's incredible. It was going viral for a bit. Yeah, I have the video somewhere. I should have kept it on there, but I don't know if our budget is big enough to get them. Darian, I for one would happily watch Heat with Chris, or pretty much any movie. Have you discussed ideas for Chris' specific segment for Wednesdays? Well, I mean, the Wednesday shows are going to be obviously what we're doing here, but like what we're going to be doing moving forward is, as if we can get, and it looks like Luke cracked the code as far as the virtual reactions. We're going to try a few of them and see. And I think we just figured out today that the first one we do with Chris will be Heat. It'll be a good one to watch with her. So that'll be a fun one. I always watching that movie again. Go pal. Stranger Things season 2, Daker was a spinning image of Lost Boys, Rob Lowe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he wasn't, but Rob Lowe wasn't in Lost Boys. But
he looks like that era though.
Yes. But Rob Lowe wasn't in Lost Boys, but in that era, yes, he does. Armada, honestly think man shouldn't direct Heat 2. Seems like he lost the sauce. He should EP or co-direct it with someone's thoughts. Thoughts? I don't know if he'd let it go. I just don't think he'd let it go. Yeah, I don't know. It's harder for Chris to say because she didn't see the original, I think. But like,
I'll weigh in soon.
Yeah. Tom Gunn, after reading Heat 2, it does acquire a big budget because man likes real locations, and the story takes place in 3 timelines with the States and foreign. It's 2 movies in 1 book.
Oh.
Okay. Thank you, Tom, because I haven't read it. So if that makes sense, it's just risky. So risky. Gopal, Companion and Strange Darling are horror adjacent, and I thought excellent, even though I don't watch horror movies. I like elevated horror. I really do.
I heard great things about Companion.
Yeah, a lot of people have been raving about that one too. It's another one. All right, let's see. After that one, Armada, in the words of Ice Cube from War of the Worlds. Get away from that. Double toasted a roast of it last night. It looks ludicrous. I have to watch their video. I love their video. Did you see that piece of crap?
I didn't know it existed until yesterday, and I saw the trailer. Why? Why would we do World of Worlds that way?
Why that way? Because it's an Amazon commercial.
Yeah.
Andrew Brown, can't wait for Matt Smith to be killed by impalement by X-Wing, just like in Zeta Gundam. I wonder how he's going to wind up eating it. Or it'd be great if he actually survived. That would show you then, hey, he's going to be back in another installment. Yeah. Armada, Matt Smith dancing in a Star Wars movie has to happen, Morbius style. Yeah, please. Absolutely. Crystal D, support for Chris. Definitely in the minority, but Thunderbolts is still my favorite comic book movie of the year. Love the score too. I don't know how much of the minority. Well, I guess maybe the minority because of Superman. Yeah.
That's fair. But yeah, tons of people love Thunderbolts.
I liked Thunderbolts better than Superman. For sure. Cool. Yeah, I did. But I just don't know if it ranks number 1 or number 2 yet for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Armada. Speaking of games, Battlefield 6 game looks insane.
I haven't seen a trailer.
Yeah, me either. I have to check. This is good too. I forgot about this. Dingus McNally. Best part of the Barbarian reaction was Christian scared of Shadatina with that deep voice. So she didn't even know. So she was watching, and there's like a door opening, and I went, "Get in here!" And like she was like, she said, "That was you. That was you." I've done that to Sam a few times too. It's really funny. That one is hard to tell, but
that one's not so hard.
You know what I'm getting pissed about, and I wasn't for a bit. Man, how about that Big Balls guy from Doge was stealing Big Balls' name? You see that?
I have not seen that, but you should sue. You should press charges.
Yeah,
identity theft.
Big Balls is trending. I'm like, what? Come on. That's not.
He's got to capitalize on it. He's got to strike while the iron is hot. This could be his fuck to a moment.
It could be absolutely his moment.
Listen, Chris, I'm telling you, Elon Musk. Hey, we had a falling out. I said, listen, man, you got to put the pin in it, man. You got to chill. And he said, don't tell me. And I said, what you gonna do? Next time I do it, that motherfucker stole my name and gave it to a teenager. Unbelievables. I don't like it, Chris. Wrong. I just don't like it.
You shouldn't like it, buddy. That's messed up.
It's very messed up. I'll tell you what. Yeah. You don't like gratuitous, I know. But look at this. My balls are gratuitous. Would you agree?
They are gratuitous. That's true. But you can't help that, bud. That's just how the creator made you.
I'm built different.
Yeah. Throw him over your shoulder like a continental soldier. Be proud.
This is why we like you, motherfucker.
All right. Thank you, Big Balls. Really appreciate you coming in here and classing up with me. Really nice.
I love that he was right on my mic stand. That was great that he just landed right there. Well done.
He knows the best parts to what to do. Dane Smith, airport support. Thank you, Dane. Appreciate that. I think is that from Airplane? I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm not sure. Trey Porter just wanted to say hi. Happy birthday. Today's his birthday. Turning 22. Crazy how if Leo does Heat 2, he'd be almost the same age as De Niro was in Heat. That is pretty nuts. Yeah, I guess so, because I guess De Niro was in his early 50s at that point, and DiCaprio was like 49, something like that. So yeah, that would make sense. Yeah. Well, that's interesting though. How younger though? Then maybe he wouldn't play De Niro. Like, how young are they going with Macaulay? Because if they're going the same age, I mean, because at that time period, it would be right around the same events of the first one. Interesting. I don't know. Oh, I'm so curious. I guess my dude who read Heat already. Where does it land as far as their ages? Geek Lodestars. Chris, do you think anime is hitting the big screen in the next big movie? Wait, do you think anime is hitting the big screen is the next big move? Can't read shit. Do you think anime is hitting the big screen is the next big movie going experience? Some are continuing to add the story while others adding info to the IP.
Oh, that's a great question. So I personally, like when we have like the OVAs, right? The kind of standalone story movies, I don't always love them depending on when they land. Like My Hero Academia did this, where they had a movie, You're Next, and they had left on this really big epic moment. And then we went to that movie that had nothing to do with where we are in our cliffhanger. And so that kind of bummed me out. But I do think there's something really magical, just like any movie, of going and seeing something with people who love that same genre as you. And anime fans, I think it's really great for all of us to be in a theater together. Usually, you know, we're all at home watching Crunchyroll or something, or we don't see one another until we're at con or at a specialty store. So I do think there's something really cool you can capitalize on here. And we've seen Universal Studios do it too with Fandom Night, you know, where we had like their One Piece stuff and some Jujutsu Kaisen things. So hopefully they make this a regular thing, and hopefully they also pay all of those wonderful dub actors what they deserve.
Well said. Armando, was Dagnino a fluffer for Debbie Does Dallas? I wouldn't put it past him. Mirjam Serenity Moon. Question to Chris Carr. Does timing in watching scary stuff matter to you? Like seeing the scary thing earlier in the day instead of later in the evening?
Ooh, this is so stupid. Playing The Last of Us, once it got dark, I needed to stop playing that game. That would always freak me out.
That's why I said to my daughter, about 6 cents. It's like you might not want to watch that right now.
I don't like it to be the last thought in my head before it hits the pillow, you know? Like I watched Sinners during the day because I thought that might be a really scary movie. And instead it was just one of the best movies I've seen.
It was good. Yeah. If you can handle Sinners, I mean, you can handle weapons.
Okay.
Yeah. Dane Smith. Sleepy typing is a difficult support. Yes, it is. It's true.
Thanks for being awake, Dane.
Gopal, I have a picture of Rob Lowe from Lost Boys in my head. I made the comparison multiple times. Nobody's told me he wasn't in the movie until now. Well, there you go. He was not in the movie. So I love Lost Boys, and so no, he was not in that movie. He could have been in that movie. I think you're probably thinking of Jason Patrick, is what you're thinking of. They had a similar look, but no, he was not. He could have been. I wouldn't be surprised if he auditioned for it, or was offered to it. At that point, he wouldn't audition. Troy, missing Brett because today's headline gave me a bit of idea for him and Chris. I'll send it in next week as long as I don't have to do tons of separate donations to make it count for the weekly contest. That's fair. Let us know, because I think that Brett and I were talking about it today, and I think that his strengths are going to come from the goofball stuff. And even like I said, we're the two of us are going to sit around and be able to crack jokes and do things. And like I said, we both said to each other, I don't know how many people are going to watch the show, but it doesn't really matter as long as we can goof around for you. And I want to do at least one show on this channel with my name on the channel. It doesn't say Kristian Harloff Movie Channel; it just says Kristian Harloff Channel. I want to do one. I want to do one show where it's not movie stuff. We can talk about movies on it. We can talk here and there, but I want it to be more about just like a full-on podcast of the same way that other comedians do shows. That's what I wanted to do. Trey Porter, greatest movies to come out on your birthday. Mine are Sixth Sense, Freaky Friday, and Collateral. I wouldn't even remember. I remember seeing Staying Alive when I was younger.
When's your birthday? Remember.
October 1st.
Okay. I'm August 28th. So okay. I'm trying to think of summer movies that came out. Usually I was just always bummed out because I was going back to school in Texas. I can't remember a movie, though. I'm trying. The original Night of the Living Dead. That's a great movie.
Halloween. Now I don't. Let's see. I'm trying Halloween. Under Siege, The Martian. I think The Martian's probably the best one that came out on my birthday. But that's a harder question because I don't. Yeah. Paige. What's up, Paige? Hi guys. Just thought to do something fun today and have a peaceful, wonderful day.
Aww,
thank you very much.
Paige.
We should do something fun today for sure. I think we're gonna have some fun stuff. Like I said, I'm watching 2 movies. I haven't seen Sam in a bit, so it'd be good to catch up with Sam. Chris Etchels. Hey guys, have you seen the trailer for Cold Storage? No. Sci-fi horror comedy coming this year with Joe Keery, Liam Neeson. Looks good. No, I haven't seen that one.
I literally just read about this. I still need to watch the trailer. I'm so excited.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. 40, Chris. You got 40.
Yay! Thanks, guys.
Starting with like that 7. I mean, hell yeah. Even if we don't win here today, that's impressive. Armada, Platonic season 2 is back. Also, Zimmer scoring Chief of War. Yeah, I watched I finished the first episode of Chief of War last night. It's intense. It's intense. Did you see it?
I did. I need to rewatch it though too, because I missed a couple things because of the subtitles where I'd get up and deal with something and be like, oh wait, what did I miss? I didn't want everyone to have to stop it.
Episode 2?
No, I've only seen the first one.
Same.
And then I haven't watched any of Platonic. I felt so silly because when we talked about it last week, I thought that show was done. I didn't realize it was coming back.
And apparently people really enjoy it. I think it's coming back because of the success of the studio.
That's what I figured.
Yeah. Tyler Pfeiffer, realistically and logically, Vigo, McKellen, Bloom, and Lee Pace all return for the Gollum movie. Should find out soon. Thoughts that they're all recast? Hope not. They already said Vigo's coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, Orlando Bloom should definitely do it.
Mm-hmm. Lee Pace for sure. I think makes sense as well. Like, yeah.
I can see them all coming back for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alexander White, thoughts on WWE moving PLEs to ESPN in 2026? I did not know that. Did you know that?
I knew this and I hate it. I think it's bullshit because I can pay $6 a month on Peacock or something like that, and then it's $30 for me to get ESPN, and I don't want to watch anything else. That's nonsense.
Get the bundle. Get the Hulu, ESPN, and
that's true.
And Disney Plus.
I still don't like it though.
Yeah, but that's the question, though. Is I think it's going to be a major error because for UFC, for example. UFC, you can get like the ESPN Plus stuff, but for the PLEs, you don't. They're not included. You got to pay the extra money for them. You have to pay extra for the PLEs, or but if you just have ESPN and it's on there, then I already have the bundle, so I'm not going to worry about it. It's fine, and it gives it more legitimacy. But if I have to pay extra, I'm not. I will never be watching them. I will never watch them. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, Kingsport, Cal. Have y'all seen 40 Acres? Have not. Have you, Chris?
No.
No, I don't know that one. Alex Willis, what's a movie that makes you cry regardless of how many times you've seen it? Mine's Ghost. Oh man, that's a good one. Probably this is an easy one, but probably Schindler's List and Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah. Schindler's List always makes me cry. Weirdly, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I always sob at the Florentiefs Go Now. That scene always messes me up.
Yeah, I can see that. Chris Grenier, did you hear Disney bought NFL Network and WWE signed deal with ESPN? All major PLEs pay-per-view starting in 2026. Disney monopoly keeps growing. Yeah, like I said, if it's on Disney Plus and you can get it on Disney Plus and ESPN in the bundle, it's not going to affect me because I have that already. But maybe I will change the production of it. I mean, it's good for them to say that we're on ESPN now. That gives it a little bit more legitimacy, I think, too.
For sure.
But I agree with Chris 100%. If it turns out that I have to pay extra, no thank you. Support for Chris DeHoy. Expectations on Wednesday, season 2. I'm hoping it's as good as the first season.
Yeah.
I
hope so. I hope we've got some real cool, fun stuff happening because it was a fun little mystery too last time.
Yeah.
So I'd like to have that thread continue.
Same. Matt Krugman. Support for Chris. Been
Thanks,
some
Matt.
time, but I hope everything is well with you guys. Thank you, Matt. Also, finally watching the studio after months of procrastinating. You're going to love it.
Yeah.
That season finale alone, you're going to love it. Andrew Carnes, with comic book movies underwhelming, no way should there be 2 Batmen. Everyone's saying they want each DC film to have their own unique tone, yet they want RPAT separate. I agree with that.
That is a great point.
Great point.
Because I always want those 2 Batman movies just because of being a fan of this kind of world. Right. And I always kind of put aside the monetary aspect of it but I want you to make it, so do that for me, please. Right.
It's true. Yeah, I don't know. Paige Chaudry, hey Christian, try to talk to Matt Mercer for Critical Roles for ideas for your Kickstarter. Who was on Clio Live? Just a thought. I probably have to reach out to Ken to try to get me in touch with him. I haven't talked to Matt in quite a long time, but Attack Peter is another one. He's done a lot of Kickstarters. I want to talk to Dave Alpert over at Skybound. Those guys run a lot of things too. I'm before we actually launch. I'm going to be talking to some people for sure, and then I'll have more information. But it's a great idea. Thank you, Paige. Nick Alexander, support for Chris. I'm so hyped for Matt Smith. I love him in House of the Dragon. He's the best part of Morbius. I feel he'll be terrifying or at least brutal. Yeah, you kind of need that intensity. Yeah, you need that intensity for the villain. Yeah, give him something meaty to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, not like Donald Gleason. It was just a complete goof, and I love Donald Gleason.
I love the idea of that character, though, of having someone be that young and that evil.
Yeah.
But I don't want Matt Smith to be a lackey. I want him to be a serious bona fide villain who's a real threat.
He was a cartoon, Donald Gleason. It's a cartoon. Armada, Rogan Center crashing out yesterday was funny as I talked to both of them right afterward. So stupid. We were at our show and Roxy at one point goes, "Why is Rokon live right now?" And I'm completely not caring at all. I'm like, "What? They're on at the same time we are? what is this? And I go, hey, everybody in the chat, go on over there and say, why are you on the air? Right. And so they went and I guess the two of them were already getting into a fight about Fantastic Four box office. Only they were going after each other. So they were already pissed off. So they 100% like just got like mad and like, we can't be on air at the same time that he is. What? And like going nuts. I wish that I had a camera myself because I was here watching Matt Sarah. I was crying, laughing, watching them lose their mind afterwards. And then I called both of them. Roka wasn't available. He was doing something. But then I called Snyder and he's like, you got me. He's like, I was tired of talking about Fantastic Four. You got me. And then we started. He's like, how's the kids? That's how it went that far. And Roka, I talked to Roka this morning. He's like, I know you were goofing around, but I was pissed off the old conversation at the end, and I didn't know. He's like, I know you're goofing. And so it was hilarious though. Day Napper, what movie gives you the red flag vibes when someone says it's their all-time favorite? I don't do that. I don't do it because I don't know people's experiences. I don't know why they respond to things. I go, that's an interesting choice, and I don't know. Because you watched movies differently than I do. And, it's like, yeah, we can still have similar opinions, but certain things might make you laugh because of certain things that happened in your life that didn't happen in my life. And you see things different or remind you of someone that cracked a joke that way when you were younger, but it doesn't resonate with me. So I can say that's an interesting choice. And the movie stinks, but hey, okay, you like it. So I don't think there's never red flag vibes for me.
No, if there were red flag vibes, I wouldn't have married my husband who's like, Crystal Skull is a great film.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah. There's no accounting for taste.
No, it's pretty bad. Geek Lodestars, they all said that Peelies will be included, not extra. Okay, I'm in. Then I'm in. You got to get that bundle.
I know, but I'm so cheap.
Well, get rid of Peacock. The Peacock's going to get screwed now.
I'm not paying for Peacock. I'm using someone else's.
No, yeah. All right.
So me also saying I pay for it is a bullshit thing.
I get it now. Orion, Chris, have you had someone from the Game of Thrones fandom on your show? Have you had someone talk about the books? If not, look up a guy called David Lightbringer on YouTube. I would actually counter that, and I would tell you if you haven't had Game of Thrones in the books, you should bring on Ken Knapsack.
Okay.
Yeah, if you haven't done the books before.
Oh, we haven't done that. We haven't done any Game of Thrones stuff.
No, I would definitely reach out to Ken for sure.
Okay.
Busy Bee. Hey, Kristian and Chris. Hey, Busy Bee. Happy Wednesday. Really enjoyed your Barbarian reaction. Thank you. Also, glad you enjoyed Weapons. Loved Weapons. Going to see it this weekend. Will you please, Busy Bee, let me know what you thought after you see it? I feel like you're going to love it, but let us know. Armada, 40 Acres has a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. You got to see what this 40 is. I don't know what it is. No one told us. Tyler Pfeiffer. Didn't know you knew Matt Mercer. Cool. I mean, like I said, I met him through Ken. He came on the Schmoes No Show back before he blew up in like 2012, 2013. And then after he had all the success, he came on to Collider Live. And yeah, he's a great guy. I like Matt a lot. I haven't, like I said, but that conversation on Collider Live was probably the last time I spoke to him personally. I didn't have like that kind of relationship with him. Ken did. Alexander Wilson, I hope Starfighter doesn't include a Sith or a Jedi and focuses on fire pilots. That's fair. That's fair. Andor showed you that you can make amazing Star Wars without Sith or Jedi. Agreed. That's but true. It also depends on who's doing it, the creator, you know?
Yeah. And what story they ultimately want to tell.
Yeah. But I don't disagree that if you're going to focus on that, focus on that. But I wouldn't mind hearing about what's going on in the galaxy. You don't have to focus in, but I want to hear like what's been going on since episode 9. Like what's the galaxy like? I think that's an interesting thing to want to know. Tim says, which one will Sam like more, Thunderbolts or Fantastic Four? I think she'll like Thunderbolts more. Yeah, I think she'll like Thunderbolts. I think out of the three, I think she'll like Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, Captain America. I think that those will be her choices. I think she really likes Yelena a lot. Yeah, so she'll be happy to see that we're watching that. Christian DeHoy. Everyone should watch Schindler's List at least once, especially now. Yeah, reminds us of what humans are capable, good and bad. We need not forget. I agree. It's hard. That movie is hard to watch more than once.
It is.
Yeah. Let's see.
It's an important film.
Nathan Drake. Yesterday, Jeff Snyder, I guess, said Gunn is turning into an a-hole right before our eyes, and he can't effing stand the guy. It was so great. I didn't see that. I didn't see that bit. Someone's got to send me the bit. Okay, so currently 56. That's what we're ending with at the moment. At the moment.
That's not bad. I'm not mad about that.
You had a tremendous. You did 50 questions basically just around the in the question section. Once we finished, it was great, crushed it. But here's the thing: we were about to sign off yesterday, and Roka was still in the lead, and then the audience kept them on, and they won. So maybe they'll do the same here, maybe not. But nonetheless, tell us about Two Filthy Casuals. What else is going on?
Oh, yeah. Two Filthy Casuals. You can find us on YouTube, or you can go to wherever you get your podcasts. What we have coming out this week is going to be me explaining Peacemaker to Amy and catching her up for season 2 because she just checked out the first episode. We've also got a really great wrestling episode on there, too, talking about very, very specific promotions from the 86 to 87 era. Really cool stuff happening. So follow us over there. Also, we have a Patreon. 250 Casuals on Patreon, and on there we do a lot of just off the cuff stuff. It's unedited. It's me and Amy saying whatever we want, and we've got an episode coming out about our kind of thoughts on all of these blockbuster movies that came out this summer. So check out all of that.
Please check out Chris Carr's stuff. Support, and thanks for being here today. Tomorrow we're going to be at this time again with myself and Steph. Friday we're at the 2 p.m. time. Just bear with us as we're figuring the schedule out. We're still trying to figure out everybody's stuff. As of right now, it looks like Monday will be in the morning. Wednesday, Thursday will be in the morning. And we're trying to just see if we can shift the Friday show. And we're trying to find out what's going on with Tuesday. So we're just again, bear with us as we are testing this new thing out. Appreciate it. You guys rule. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are found. Please support the show. And in order to do that, you can go get yourself something wonderful. Trade coffee. You can get yourself some of the wonderful Eats Factor. Make sure you go and check that out. Armada. Hey, look at that. Haven't watched 40 Acres, but I heard it's good. It's like a siege film on a farm during post-apocalyptic, starring Daniel Deadwyler. Oh, it sounds interesting.
That's very cool.
Yeah. Well, Armada throwing in one more to take Chris to 57. A very, very solid performance by Chris Carr. All right, guys. Thank you again. Appreciate you. Check us out on Spotify. We'll see you guys on the flip side. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.